A good morning starts the night before, so I make sure to unwind on time and let my brain relax before going to sleep. My husband and I would usually watch an episode or two before heading to bed. When I get to bed, I would read on my e-reader until I fall asleep. Since I love reading but I don't have much time to do that, I love setting aside 15 to 30 minutes right before sleeping to do this. It's been so fun but also so helpful in helping me fall asleep and clearing my head. This has been such a game changer for me, to be able to fall asleep without thinking too much about my to-dos or things that happened throughout the day. My morning starts between 6 to 7 a.m. every day, depending on what we have going on. I try to wake up at around the same time every morning, whether it's a weekend or a weekday. It's definitely more difficult in the weekends because it's so tempting to sleep in a bit. However, with a toddler who wakes up early every day, definitely helps to keep this habit and makes it impossible to sleep in too much. I was not the one to wake up early before, and it was not easy to switch it, so I did it gradually until my body adjusted. And now it's just a habit. It's important to note though that if you want to wake up early, you'll need to sleep early too. I love having my quiet time in the morning. I do visualization, read a few pages of an inspiring book, and meditate. I read that this is the best time to manifest and consume motivational content because our minds are still fresh from sleep and most susceptible to the power of suggestion. This also helps me to wake up slowly and start my day with intention. I was doing this every day before I got pregnant and stopped when I gave birth because I just didn't really have the time. I noticed that I've been feeling off and all over the place without my morning practices, so I wanted to prioritize these again. I picked this habit back up slowly a few months ago, and I'm happy to say I've been doing this almost every day now. Next, I brush my teeth and do a very basic skincare. I used to suffer from breakouts a lot when I was a teenager, right up until I was pregnant 2 years ago. Somehow in the middle of my pregnancy, I guess it's due to hormones, my skin cleared up. I believe it was also due to not wearing makeup every day anymore due to the pandemic, so I tried to only wear very minimal makeup, if any, and do a full face only when needed now. Since then, my skin has stayed pretty clear and I'm very happy about it. Afterwards, I wake my toddler up and get her ready to go to daycare. I love seeing her little face when I get her up in the morning. I read the first few minutes after waking up, after picking them up from daycare or school, and before they sleep are the most important for parents to create a secure bond with their kids. So I make sure to be most present during those times, no matter how busy I am. We split the days of bringing and fetching her from daycare depending on our schedule, and this day her dad is bringing her, so I have a bit extra time this morning. Once they leave, I change and open up all the windows to start my morning exercise. Depending on how I feel that day, I do a yoga, Pilates, or a HIIT workout just for about 30 minutes. I've been really enjoying this, and I can say I've been exercising for about 4 times a week now. What really helps me to get into the mood is blasting some music that I like. It pumps me up for my workout, and I find that this is something I look forward to now because I see it as a way to take care of my body and also release stress and tensions I might have. The other 2 days that I don't exercise are for my body to rest. but I get in a walk, which is also amazing for my mental health. I really enjoy those as well because I listen to a podcast I like or listen to some music and I don't even notice any time anymore. After my workout is done, I do some stretching and get myself ready for the day. I've been getting into the habit of unloading our dishwasher in the morning after running it at night. I find it really helps us to stay on top of our dishes to have the system and make it part of my routine. This way I can easily fill it up during the day since it's just been emptied and it will be ready to run at night. I like getting some cleaning and tidying up first thing in the morning and before winding down at night, so I don't need to do too much during the day and have time to focus on work or family time. Now I'm making our breakfast, which is most of the time oatmeal, especially since it's been getting cold these days. Even when I want to switch things up, I just really enjoy having something warm for breakfast, so this is definitely my go-to. After eating, I make my first cup of coffee and head upstairs to plan my day and start work. That is how a typical morning looks like for me. There are some small changes here and there, of course, depending on the day, and our weekends also look a little bit different. But overall, I find that one of the most important things is that I enjoy the things and I look forward to the things that I have planned in my routine. Enjoying the things that I do makes it easier to stick to it, and I don't even need to necessarily motivate myself to do them. Since implementing a morning routine several years ago, I found that it's really added value to my life because it made my days much more structured. On the days that I don't do my routine, I feel a little bit lost because I've just gotten so used to it. And so it's really become part of my lifestyle now, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. So I would say try experimenting with different kinds of routines, and it really doesn't even have to be as early as 6 a.m. It really depends on what fits best and what feels best for you. And so I would say try to do it for a month or two and see how it works for you, but I promise you're going to see so many positive changes and you're not going to want to go back. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm planning on more content like this in the next months, so stay tuned. Bye!
Trust in me, and you will see that it isn't too hard.